John Eccleston for Boating New Zealand magazine in the beautiful Bay of Islands. We're aboard the 51-foot Assegai Resolution. We're going to have a bit of a play. Couldn't think of a better place to be at this time of year. So I'm sitting on the bridge of the 51-foot Assegai Resolution with the owner, Jeff Douglas. Jeff, Assegai, it's not a boat that I've heard of a lot. Where did you find this vessel?
Yeah, most of the Assegais, John, are charter boats on the Great Barrier Reef.
Right.
I think this is the only one in New Zealand now. There used to be a couple others here, but I think they're now back on the reef fishing. So yeah, they are an unusual boat. They're custom built. He only built about less than 20.
Wow.
The builder, Barry Martin, has now retired.
Yes.
So there won't be any more. But,
where were they built?
Surface Paradise, or just up from surface.
So in Queensland. So it's an Australian boat. And
Indeed.
I mean, the Great Barrier Reef, that's one of the world's most famous big game fishing grounds.
It's a lovely spot.
These boats are meant for game fishing, is that right?
These are built for game fishing, yeah.
And that's your passion as well?
That's my passion. I'm president of the Bay of Islands Swordfish Club, so yeah, do a bit of fishing.
Indeed, indeed. Now, I've had a bit of a look over this boat, and it's got pretty much everything that opens and shuts if you're a game fisher. Yep. I mean, there's so many features on it. Is that something that you wanted in your own boat, or did the boat come that way?
A lot of it came as is, because he builds them for fishermen, mainly charter boat fishermen. So they know what they want, and he's obviously experimented and got the perfect recipe, really. Well, as close as you can get for a game fishing boat, I think.
I mean, some of the things that stand out for me, I mean, the cockpit obviously there's plenty of room in there.
Plenty of room.
You know, it's obviously designed to get wet. It's self-draining.
Yeah.
I noticed that you don't have a swim platform.
The boat's meant to go backwards pretty quick, and it does. It's, as you can see, it's fairly rounded in the stern.
Right.
No duckboard, because they're just a nuisance.
Yes.
Although make getting on and off it a lot easier. But yeah. So yeah, no, it's built to go backwards, and it does pretty well.
So you've had the boat about a year, is that right?
Just on a year, yeah.
Okay.
Just over, yeah.
And you've done some fishing in here, but I guess the season was curtailed last year.
We had a short season last year, but
yes.
Yeah, I fished the Eldorado here, and we came second.
Okay.
And we came second in the Icebreaker this year, last week. So, yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, yeah. And with that experience now, I mean, how would you rate this as a fishing boat?
Oh, this is one of the better game boats that I've been on. Yeah. My friend Bruce Smith, who's a very well-known game fisherman and skipper of the Striker.
Legend.
Yeah,
legend. No less.
Yeah, he encouraged me to buy one of these.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And he knows what a good boat's all about.
Yes. Yes. Very quickly, can you tell us a little bit about the construction? How is she built? What's she made from?
Yeah, she's made of. They make the hull out of cedar, Canadian cedar. Then they glass it inside and out. So it's pretty heavy.
Right.
And pretty solid.
Yes.
So it's a nice finish.
You've got a couple of big caps in here.
Yeah, 1015 C18s.
Right. And good, I believe, for 34 knots flat out.
34 knots flat out.
Wow.
Make the Arabs happy at that speed.
Yes, yes, I'm sure. Yeah. But I guess at trolling speed she's really comfortable with a bit of weight in her.
Yeah, correct. We troll at about 8 to 9 knots, and we're using about 12 litres per hour in each motor, so 24 litres an hour.
Which is pretty decent, isn't it?
It's pretty good, yeah.
And stabilisers, you've got 2 of them? 2
stabilisers from Quick, they're made in Italy. They make the world of difference. Yeah, beautiful.
And when you say it makes the world of difference, just makes it easier to work the boat, or just more comfortable to be aboard?
It just makes it more comfortable.
Right.
For me and the anglers. Yeah.
Right. And if there was one thing about this boat that you would really like that's notable for you, or something that you've really noticed in the time that you owned it, is the one single thing that you think about this boat that makes it better than any other that you've owned?
Well, it's a stable platform. It goes backwards well, and it tracks well going backwards.
Right.
It's easy to drive backwards.
Yes.
So that's the sort of one of the main things that you want out of a game boat.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you very much, Jeff. That's
Pleasure.
Great, and thanks for the opportunity to come aboard your beautiful vessel.
Excellent. Thank you.
This helm station is pretty impressive. It's a custom helm. I do like this mahogany console here for the wheel, stainless steel wheel. It's not too big, not too difficult though to turn. It's power steering obviously. All these wonderful quick shift controls by twin disc. All Furuno electronics. We've got a couple of really large ZF touch screens. We've also got a WASP unit on here. This will be one of the few recreational boats that I'm aware of that has a WASP sonar. That's a really high-end New Zealand designed and manufactured sonar system that allows you to see all kinds of details underneath the water that you wouldn't see with a normal sonar. So Jeff is obviously serious about his fishing, and he certainly is, and that's clear from everything about this boat. Now, this is a pretty large Flybridge area here. Assegai apparently in the past mostly built boats with flybridges, open flybridges, so this is the first one they built with an enclosed flybridge. It's something that the owner Jeff wanted, and again it's a good idea in the New Zealand climate. But what I like about this is just how much headroom there is. Even underneath the life buoy here there's a whole lot of room. We've also got big windows all the way around, windows along the bottom as well, so that the vision from the helm is pretty good. Bit of ventilation should you need it, but it's also air conditioned up here. With the clears at the back, you can close it completely in the winter time or roll the clears up in summer when you want a bit more airflow. This is the master cabin. This is obviously Jeff's cabin. What he wanted in this new boat was a bit more space, and he certainly got that. Good size island berth, lots of storage underneath. Everything about the interior of this boat it's all bright white. It's very very serviceable, and that's the idea. It is a fishing boat, so he wants it to be serviceable. One of the other things he did want in this boat was another head, and he's got that. So there are two heads in this boat. This one's en suite for him, so that's private. That's nice for the owner. So for the rest of the cabins below decks, we've got a couple of twin cabins or twin bunks. Good storage in both of them. There are no windows down below here, although there are skylights, so there is a bit of natural light coming in. The bunks are a decent size as well, so the crew, all the guests are going to be comfortable down here. Obviously you can sleep 4 in these 2 cabins, a couple in the forward cabin, and there's plenty of space on this boat if you've got extras on board. There's all sorts of places where you could sleep, including up in the Flybridge where there's plenty of room, and that might be something that you do on an extended trip away with a bunch of friends. One of the things I do like, and this is something that Jeff has specified, throughout this boat uses this mahogany trim. It does give it a lift, I think. Otherwise it would be quite plain down here, but that mahogany trim really gives it a lift. So this is a sort of a classic sport fishing boat layout. This saloon area, it's a good size, but the way that the seating is laid out is designed as much for people looking out into the cockpit as it is for people socialising in the saloon. And that's because a lot of time will be spent in here while this boat is trolling. As you may know, trolling for game fish can involve a lot of waiting at times, so a comfortable place to sit and wait and watch the lures inside in the air conditioning. That's obviously a big draw card for a boat like this. We've got a couple of cavity windows here. They're all electric, they drop down, so you've got really good vision and flow out to the cockpit. Wide bifold doors. Again, nice use of mahogany trim on the tables as well. Bench tops also looks very smart. Plenty of handholds. This is a boat that will be out in all weather. So this galley is beautifully finished. These are polished mahogany bench tops as well. They look really nice. I would hate to think somebody would drop a knife on it or something, but it looks beautiful. Masses of refrigeration in this boat, not only aft in the cockpit, which we'll talk about shortly, but here in the galley as well. We've got a big double fridge here under the bench. We've got another freezer on the other side. All electric appliances. This looks like an inversion cooktop. We've got a Fisher and Paykel oven here, microwave as well. A couple of good sized pantries, one each side. Lots of storage in there. Same thing on this side. And the entertainment centre is also over the centre. I guess logically this would kind of be a drinks area on the side, and maybe that's what that fridge or freezer is used for most often. So this is the cockpit, the business area of the vessel. Really big, deep cockpit. It's wide as well. Teak on the floor, nice on the feet. Nice high gunnels. You've got plenty of freeboard here. Nonetheless, this boat will take some water over the back when they're backing up hard after a fish, and it's designed for that. It's got big grates here in the sole. They'll drain this cockpit very, very quickly. The saloon's also set up higher, so there's no chance of water finding its way inside the boat. Across the transom, we've got a very large live bait tank in here. It's curved as well, so that's good for keeping bait alive. It's also got a couple of tuna tubes that are integral to the bait tank, or you can remove them if you want to. Plenty of rod holders, obviously. This boat is designed to troll a lot of different outfits at once. It's equipped with really high-end outriggers. They're hydraulic. They come down automatically at the push of a button, and you can deploy a number of rods on there, or teasers, or all at once, and this boat is equipped for that as well. In fact, it's even got a special reel set up in the Flybridge to withdraw the teaser and deploy the teasers, something you don't see on many boats in New Zealand. So we've got a high-end relaxed game chair here. This is a top-end model. You know, a lot of people like to fish stand-up, but for serious fishing boats like this, a game chair is pretty standard, and this is a top-of-the-line model here. I should also mention the fact that this boat has got not only refrigeration inside, but lots of refrigeration here outside. We've got a couple of really large chest freezers against the bulkhead, one each side, and you know, there's enough refrigeration space there to I don't know, to freeze a whole marlin if you wanted to. It's amazing. Not only that, there's an ice maker as well, and that just deposits ice straight into the ice box behind me here, and that can then be shoveled out into the fish box or wherever you might need it. So that's a great feature as well. So the Outriggers are by Rupp, a company called Rupp. They're state of the art, really. I mean, it's a bit overused, that word, but these are really high-end outriggers. They are hydraulic, so they can be deployed from up in the Flybridge with the push of a button. They'll accommodate quite a lot of outfits at once, 3 or 4 aside, maybe more, as well as a teaser unit, which can be deployed also from upstairs. There's also an uprigger on this boat, which allows you to troll another lure down the middle off a rigger. Gives it a better angle so that it's going to ride better in the water, it's going to perform better in the water. So pretty much everything you could want in a game fishing boat, this boat has been equipped with. This is a pretty impressive vessel at any level. It's unique in New Zealand. I believe it's the only one at the moment in this country, and since the company or the builder has now retired, it's unlikely that there will be any more built. Jeff is obviously very proud of this boat, and there's good reason for that. It's a beautiful craft. A fishing boat like this won't be for everybody, but boy, if you're into big game fishing the way that Jeff is, you couldn't ask for a better platform than this. John Ecclestone from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.